Hello, collective. Okay, so rolling right along through the 4D, we've done our prayer, our grounding, our meditation, and return to senders, sage. Oh, we'll do the crown chakra. So, advancing right along to reason, logic, understanding. And this is in the stress free zone, relief. I'm reading this backwards. Self empowerment and linear, rational linear, emotional self, can do attitude, positive, and production. Okay. So done with the 3D, and we're right here, right before 5D. Okay. Excuse me. And let's get our sacred geometry activations. Holy Spirit, Archangel Michael, please show us what we need to see and know. Okay. Interesting. Excuse me 1 second. Let's see. So it pulls up here. Reason and logic are different but related concepts. Reason is the use of one's intellect to think and make judgments of like reasonable, directly related to the word words. Its taken limit you to exactly what the words involved imply. That's logic. Whereas reasoning admits more of a context. Okay. And then reason is the use of one's intellect to think and make judgments. Logic is the study of the rules and methods of forming reasoning and produce valid arguments. Reasoning can be subject to personal opinion, whereas logic is an actual science. So reasoning is subjective, and logic has defined rules and tests that must be adhered to. When reason often utilizes logic to compare concepts and draw a conclusion. That makes sense. Logical reasoning, that's a class. Okay. So, with the rules and proving the rules or explaining. What is this? Charts. Okay. So, argument terminology. An argument collective of statements, premises, intend to support and infer a claim, a conclusion. Each statement has a truth value, either true or false. And then there's a deductive reasoning and an inductive reasoning. And this is the reasoning, because deductive conclusion necessarily certainly follows from premises. Inductive conclusion follows the premises with some probability. So deductive is more of, I would say, more logical, and then the inductive is more substantial, where it's what like a personal opinion, because it has some probability. And determining validity or strength. So, we can go deeper into logical reasoning. And this is usually a class for law. And it's pretty interesting. Like, you learn about the arguments, like a slippery slope, straw man, red herring, and an understanding is for one to actually empathize and be able to even conceptualize back to someone what they just said and understand it. Okay. So let's do this. The tuning fork, last chakra on the bod. And then there's like a few more, and then octaves, which is what we will go into in 5D. So here's my amethyst, and then my 7th chakra. I know. It looks like now, huh? I know. Looks pink. It's actually purple. Now, the cool thing about it is because our whole body has nerves, I can feel it go like through to my feet. So, interesting. Chile. Got the chills. Oh, you know what? It is like a pinkish purple. Well, it's more purple, but the light on it's kind of pinky. So, Holy Spirit, show us some information for the collective, what we need to see and know about reason, logic, and understanding. Okay. So, Holy Spirit showing us for reasoning, fertility. Now, again, the colors. See? How it kind of matches the same colors. We got fertility. And then for logic, delight, logic would be more something like, we'll read. We'll see. It'll make sense. We'll see how you can't, what spirit does to show how it resonates. And then understanding as earth. Okay. So first, for logic, fertility. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Okay, well, I see that makes sense with reasoning being an expression of ourself because it has room for us to give our logical or our reasoning, like pros and cons, our reason for why, where, what, when, right? Okay, so fertility, 27. When the long dark days of winter finally give way to the arrival of a new season, I should hold this so you can get the light codes. Days of winter finally give way to the arrival of a new season. All of the existence responds in glorious expression. The voices of songbirds fill the air. A hint of green appears on trees and plants, and people walk with a little more bounce in their step, a smile on their faces. Spring is a time of fertility when all of the existence is bursting with the potential of new life, a time of expansion and promise. We see it around us in the outer world, and we feel it inside us in the inner world. It feels like a grand yes. It breathed over us and into us from everywhere. Usually, fertility refers to the ability to produce offspring in the new energy. We are invited to consider fertility as a potential to grow something new and inspiring, an idea, a project, a new paradigm. The blues and greens in the image refer to the fertile grounds on which something new can grow. The clouds remind us of the spiritual aspects of the fertility concept, like the birth of new consciousness. Okay, so we're talking about the themes of consciousness. The squares represent the form based reality of our earth-bound life while we are here. The bright flower shape of the top represents our connection to Source. The sphere shape at the bottom, our connection to Earth, equally as bright yet different. The beauty of flowers and a reminder of how wonderful life can be when expressed fully. Try this. Take a moment to go inside yourself and contemplate your fertility. What are you ready to give birth to? Are there any great and inspiring ideas that you have been holding inside? What is it that you want to contribute to this world? Make a list of all the things you want to accomplish. And then here's a see the flower of life. Okay, so I see how this correlates because we have Earth for understanding. Okay, so for logic is a delight. Pow, ooh, that's bright. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so number 19. It's written in here too, so 1 second. Ooh, discernment. I love this one. Okay, delight. Number 19. That was 27. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we invoke in others. Delight literally means from the light. Science refers to light as an electromagnetic radiation that we can measure in wavelengths, and visible light as a, telling you, physics is spirit, and spirit made physics. Range of wavelengths and variations of color that we can perceive with the human eye. In the new energy, we are asked to consider the multidimensional attributes of light as fundamental to what we believe about it is as well. Light has a quantum attribute and is nonlinear. Oh, okay, so that's where we are. Well, we're actually in the rational linear. And then when we get to 5D, that's the quantum. Okay, so light influences our awareness, our perception, and therefore our reality. We associate the word delight with feelings of pleasure, joy, and happiness. Joy and bliss are considered to have some of the highest frequencies of all emotions. By feeling joyful or blissful, our frequency goes up. The higher our frequency, the more light we generate and the more we can shine in return. The yellows, oranges, and pinks in the image refer to the sun as a symbol of source and source of our light. I was going to say it reminds me of the sun. The beauty of the flower stimulates our feeling of joy And the colors are like the sun, bright, warm, stimulating, and nurturing. All of the same time, the flower blooms while receiving light, or perhaps it is shining the light that we are receiving. The flower of life, visible within the image, represents the grid on which our three-dimensional reality is based. Try this. Close your eyes, go inside yourself, and imagine a beautiful sunset. Let the reds, orange, pinks, and golds fill your heart. Now think about what brings you joy. What makes you happy? How do you express these feelings? How do you shine your light on others? How can you create more joy in your daily life? Do you sing in the car or in the shower? Try it. And this raises your vibrations, and then you can attract your. Has to start within first. This is another flower of life, but it's a smaller one. Okay. Cool beans. Now 24, Earth for understanding. Now, how does that relate to logic with delight? Well, it's logical. The quantum physics is logical. And the radiation, electromagnetic radiation, and the colors. So it's logical if we mix what is it? Yellow and blue make green. That's logical. So this is number 24. Earth. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. Beyond the four elements that make up our physical and material world, earth, fire, air, and water. And all three of these are like earth, air, 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 water, fire, right? Let's see. How can I do this? How about ta-da? Okay. Earth, water, fire, and air. We have to consider a fifth element, spirit, to bridge heaven and earth through an expression of consciousness and advance humble humankind to the next evolutionary level as a representation of our conscious connection between earth and source. We only have to retreat into nature and find the silence within to listen to all the majestic expressions Mother Earth reveals through the winds in the trees, the humming of the bees, and the rhythmic chirping of crickets during the wee hours of the night. We are spirit in a physical body, here on a short and temporary journey on this three-dimensional four-base plane. On this journey, we are deeply intertwined with the earth, our roots reaching far under her surface. She provides us with everything we need for the survival of our physical body. And in return, we are asked to take care of her as if she were our own body. The overall green color of the activation represents the earth. Oops, sorry. One at a time. As a representation of our conscious connection between earth and source, we only have to retreat into nature and find the silence within to listen to all the majestic expressions Mother Earth reveals through the winds in the trees, the humming of the bees, and the rhythmic chirping of crickets during the wee hours of the night. I know I already read that, but I wanted to hear it again. We are spirit in a physical body here on a short and temporary journey on this three-dimensional, form-based plane. On this journey, we are deeply intertwined with the earth, our roots reaching far under her surface. She provides us with everything we need for the survival of our physical body. And in return, we are asked to take care of her as if she were our own body. The overall green color of this activation represents the earth and nature in particular. The green in the center refers to the heart as our center of truth and our reality here. The yellow and orange refer to our inner power. The geometric shapes in the middle are the variations of the flower of life. The grid on our form based world is based. The lines indicate all the connections between and our great mother and between the universe and us. Like ley lines? Spiritual and cosmic beings, the transparencies refer to the energetic and spiritual aspects of ourselves beyond our form based expression. Try this. Take a moment to go inside and remember where you came from. You are spirit, source in a physical body. Are you taking good care of your physical body? Do you understand its needs and desires? Do you realize how deeply connected you are to Mother Earth? Are you taking care of her as well? Go inside and feel your feet on the earth. Hug a tree, bathe in the sunlight. And I understand the divinity in me honors the divinity in Mother Earth and grounding. Awesome. Okay, so that concludes 4D. Hopefully, you're here now. In happy, stress free zone. Relief, self empowerment, rational, linear, emotional self, can do attitude, positive, and productive. Yay! Okay, so then we enter the quantum threshold of trusting in the unknown of higher power. And this is 5D. What the heck? 5D. Come to me. Soul. The soul is self. Okay. So body, mind, soul. Expanded bliss and ecstasy, self-realization. And third what? Person? No. Third what? I'm going to take this outside. Third person. It's in handwriting. See? It's in handwriting. Higher self, synchronicity, miracles, and extraordinary outcomes. Fun stuff, Maynard. Ooh, this is serendipity, and it's the power of creativity. So when we enter the quantum 5D threshold of trusting in the unknown and higher power of Most High, will be love, unconditional. What does this say? Reverence. Okay, so when we do the 5D video, so got 4 left in 5D. It ain't easy, especially if you've lost a son or gone through a divorce or some kind of tower, sudden change. Yeah, it's kind of stressful. This is where your real test comes in. to raise your vibrations. And then you can connect with your divine guidance and intuition. So, yeah, it's the way it is. And, they can only come so far, too. You have to get your butt up there. Light the fire of love and light, because you ain't going to do it. You want your gifts? Raise your vibration. It takes work. It takes inner work. So I would love to help you. So if you have any questions, put it in the comments. And hey, let's all go to 5D together. Let's make it. Let's make it build God's kingdom and let him reap his harvest, because he wants all his children, our family. Okay? See you next video. Oh man, let me get this here. See ya.